All right, so to start our class today about the referral section. All right, so this is a brand, I don't want to say brand new because it's been out for almost 2 years now, but it's a newer item that KW rolled out. All right, it was one of the first items they actually rolled out with like their Keller Cloud innovation and everything. All right, so this came out in February of 2018? Yeah, 2018. I'm trying to think of what year it was. All right, and this is actually a great way for you to send referrals to other KW agents. All right, so now what I always tell people is instead of thinking locally, you can start to think nationally. All right, so even though I'm located over in Orlando, Florida, say for instance I happen to have family and friends over in Washington. All right, I can reach out to them and let them know, like, hey, if you're ever looking for a real estate agent or if you're ever looking to buy or sell or know someone that's looking to buy or sell, feel free to reach out to me and I can get you in touch with a fantastic real estate agent in that area. All right, so by getting those referrals, that'll help out tremendously. And I know a bunch of people that actually, build their entire business off of referrals too. All right, so in order to access the referral platform, there's going to be 2 different locations. All right, so the first location is going to be over here inside Command. All right, so we're currently inside agent.kw.com to access our Command platform. All right, and then as you can see, once I clicked on that KW logo at the top left, it popped out with, all the different options that are available on Command. You aren't obligated to do that by any means, all right, but I just did it so we can actually see the terminology on here and all the different words. All right, so now I'm going to click on Referrals, and this will give us access to our referral platform. Now, the reason I said there are 2 different locations to access the referral platform is this is kind of the newer location. All right, so inside Command, you can access your referrals from here. All right, but you can also access it from KW Connect. All right, that's where it originally started from. All right, so you can also access it on KW Connect, or of course you can access it on Command too. All right, so they are making the move over to Command, obviously. All right, now once I click on the referral platform on here, this is where it's actually going to take me through the referral process. So the first thing we're going to see on our dashboard is really just an overview of all of our referrals. All right, so we're going to see right up here at the top left how many pending invites we have. Think of this kind of like connections on LinkedIn or maybe friend requests on Facebook. All right, it's going to be very identical to that at the end of the day. All right, so in this case, if you want to send out a referral, request is just like a little invite form to be in your referral network. All right, you can do that as well with any other KW agent. So if you meet them at Mega Camp, at Family Reunion, and Bold, Ignite, randomly on the street, whatever it might be, all right, you can actually add them over here too. All right, then you can see any new responses, basically any type of new, messages that have come over on here, all right, that have been sent to yourself. All right, you can see any inbound referral request, all right, or any outbound ones too that you may have sent out. All right, so that way we can actually keep track of any referrals that have been sent over to us that we're actively working on, or any that we've sent out that someone else is actively working on. All right, and then right below that, we'll also have our referral network on here too. All right, so you can actually see how many people are currently in your referral network. All right, and then you can actually come over here and you can click on their names as well to view more information. All right, so if I click on Allison, for instance, I can click that drop down. It'll automatically give me their location, their bio from KW Connect, their phone number, their email address. We can see private notes that we may have added in for them too. And then over here for the agent stats, we can actually see the number of transactions they've produced in the past 12 months, all right, with KW. All right, their sales volume, and then even the average deal on here too. And very soon you'll be able to see referral statistics. All right, so that's just another way to actually keep track of this. And of course, you can always go through and you can add inside tags too. So that way, if you want to filter out these contacts or these referrals, all right, you obviously can go through and filter out everyone on here as well. All right, so if I want to add inside an additional tag, it specified she was in Georgia, so maybe I also want to tag them based on their state. All right, I can add that in too. Now from our referral network, I can also come over here and I can send a referral. All right, and this will allow me to actually send out, whoever it might be that's looking to buy or sell at the end of the day to this particular person. Now, this is just a direct way of sending out your referral through your own network of people, obviously, that you've added, very similar, once again, to LinkedIn or obviously to Facebook. All right, there's also the option on here where we can track referrals. All right, you can grow your network too if you want to add inside some additional people that you may have just, met, or maybe you happen, once again, to see at a convention. And then, of course, we can always filter everything over here too by first name or last name from A to Z or Z to A. All right, or if I want to add them as my favorite on here by clicking the star button, I can then click on the star option just to view my favorites right away too. All right, so it'll automatically pull that up to the top. All right, so if you want to add people to your referral network, we can go and click on Grow My Network. All right, so let's go and click on that button real quick. Here we go. And then if you receive this option up here where it says it wants to know your location, all right, I'm going to say allow on here, so that way it'll automatically pull up my location of where I currently am in case I want to add someone around that area. All right, so I'm just going to click on allow real quick. All right, so it automatically kind of put us over inside the central area since I'm in Orlando. All right, but now on here I can actually go through our map section and I can start to search for anyone. All right, so if I want to search by their name or anything up here, I can. Once again, I can start to zoom in on here too. And the further that I zoom in, the more I can actually find people. All right, so if I want to search for someone, let me see, I'll search for Lori Godfrey, for instance. All right, whoops. Looks like the search option will not work on that. That's okay. All right, but then we can actually start to zoom in on here too. All right, I'll show you in a second how you can make that search option work over in Connect. All right, but if we start to zoom in, we can actually see how we're going to search for these different agents based on production on here. All right, so if you notice in this case, we can actually view right over here. All right, we're currently viewing by production, right? So it'll automatically give us some options as the best way to search for everything. But this is going to show all the different sales that have happened over the past 12 months. All right, so in this case, if I zoom in a little bit further, so I'm getting closer and closer on here to my actual location. Here we go. Then we're going to have all these different dots that pop up. All right, so if there was a sale over here, for instance, all right, then I can see all these different dots that are actually popping up for me as to what was sold and who may have actually sold it on here too. All right, and of course, if you notice, whenever I hover over one of these green dots, all right, it'll start to turn red, but then it'll turn the other ones red too, that person actually completed as well for their deals. All right, so if I'm looking for someone, say for instance in this particular area, and this is where the seller is, or this is where the buyer is, all right, then I can actually come over here and say if I want to see, Judy Quach, for instance. All right, then when we can actually see over here, it automatically turned this red for me. Now I currently have this sorted by random, all right, but then again I can also click the drop down on here and I can sort them by their first name, by their last name, by closed units, listings sold, buy sales, or even leases on here. So if I do it by closed units, for instance, so here's Tom Nickley, and when I put my cursor on him, all right, that'll automatically give us those red dots as to where he actually helped a sale over the past 12 months. All right, or if I do it with Alex on here too, once again, I can see one red dot. Now this will actually be in order of all the closed units, so not just in that area, but actually any closed units altogether. And once again, we can actually click this drop down on here. All right, and then we can see right on here, right, how many closed units. So in the past 12 months, they did 317. They did 62 listings, 255 on the buy side, 87 million, and the average deal was about 273,000. All right, so then we can actually come back up and once again view the same thing for Alexis. All right, so 311 closed units, 59, 252 on the buy side. All right, so on and so forth. So even though we're just looking in this specific area that I have on the map, all right, this is still going to show from the production of the highest overall total, not just in this particular area, but overall total for us. All right, so we can always click on any of these to actually see, who it is. We can get more information on it too. And as you can see, once I clicked on it, then Tanya automatically popped up on here for me. I can click on more info, and it gives me that drop down on here where I can call Tanya. I can email her as well. Yep, so that's a great question. So questions came in, these would only include KW agents, correct? And that is spot on. Yep, so this is only for KW agents. So it's kind of like an internal referral platform on here instead of just sending out to any type of agent. All right, now if you happen to find the person that you actually want to add to your network, there is a little add button on here. All right, so very similar to, once again, what you would see on Facebook or on LinkedIn when adding a friend or a connection. All right, I can actually click on this on here, and then it'll allow me to add them immediately. All right, so if I wanted to come over here, so I'm going to go back real quick. I'm going to X out of this. I'm going to click on someone that hopefully will be okay with me clicking on him. So I'm going to click on Ray Lopez on here. And once I do that, a pop-up's going to come up. All right, add any additional notes to be sent with the invitation to Ray. All right, so that's a little bit different than what you actually have on Facebook. Usually if you just send that over, it just pops up in the little, here's someone that wants to be your friend section. All right, so on here I can actually send this, and maybe I want to add inside, a note on here. Hey, Ray, we met at family reunion back in Las Vegas. All right, so a while ago. All right, so you could actually send that out and then send the invitation on here too. All right, so I'm just going to go and click on that send invitation option real quick. And voila. All right, your invitation to Ray Lopez was successfully sent. All right, now I can send a referral request to this agent now. All right, so in this case, then if I want to come over, I can also click on this little, kind of looks like a paper airplane basically. And this will allow me to actually send a request to them directly. All right, so in this case, you can actually send or receive them. All right, so in this case, obviously I'd be sending it. So if I click on this little send button on here, little paper airplane that's flying off. All right, now it's going to give me information that I'll need to fill out in order to send about this particular referral. All right, so in this case, once again, let's say I'm in Orlando and I actually happen to have, a family member that's looking to buy or sell over in Washington. Then I could find an agent at Keller Williams in Washington from the referral platform, and I could send them their information. All right, so then I could specify if it's a buyer, seller, or renter. I can specify the referral fee on here, how long they have to actually accept this deadline. All right, so in most cases, what we're seeing on here of 25% in 24 hours, that's kind of the standard amount that they'll typically, utilize. Obviously, 25% is kind of the going rate for a referral. All right, now depending on your market, it might be a little bit different. All right, but then I can actually come down here. I can put inside my minimum price. So maybe they're looking, it's a buyer that's looking for $300,000 up to $400,000. All right, I can even add inside a message on here too. All right, so in this case, I can add inside up to 3,000 characters of what I want to add in. All right, so I can add inside anything that I'd like on here. Now, all these items are required to send off. You don't actually have to add inside a note on here or anything of that sort. But I would highly suggest putting that in just so they know who this is. So maybe I want to put inside, this is a referral for my sister. All right. Now below here, though, as you can see, it's locked. All right. The highlighted message will be kept confidential until the referral is accepted. So once they accept the referral, all right, then all of a sudden this will pop up. All right, so then we can see, all right, select a client from our database or create a new one to send off. All right, so we can either send this off from our contacts, obviously over inside Command, or we can click on Create a New Contact, and then we can add inside that information immediately. All right, so in this case, so I want to search for someone, so I'll search for someone inside my database. Perfect. All right, it automatically pops up with their information. I can specify if they're pre-approved. Just put a check mark inside there, or if they're pre-qualified. All right, I can even put inside their home address, their desired location. It automatically popped up with my email on here because I pulled them from my contacts in Command. I can put inside their phone number, obviously, for them to get in touch with them. All right, and then at the very bottom, I can put inside the transaction timeline too. All right, so maybe in this case, when they might actually be looking to purchase, when they might be looking to sell or anything of that sort. All right, so maybe for the home address on here, let me see if I can add something in real quick. I'm going to put in 123 Main Street and see what pops up. Perfect. All right, so I'll do Auburndale, Florida. That's an actual place. All right. Yeah. And then I can put desired location. Maybe I'll just put Orlando, Florida. Just keep it simple. So I'll put inside on here. All right, the phone number, and then of course if you want to change the transaction timeline, I can click on this little icon up here to pull up the calendar, and then we can put that in right away. All right, so when are they actually looking at moving? When are they looking at selling? All right, so I'll leave it at the 31st on here. Now once that's completed and I've gone through and I've gotten everything on here, I can send this off immediately, and that would automatically go over to Ray to approve this referral request. All right, so he can then say, yes, I'd like to accept this referral. I'm going to reach out to your client so that way I can work with them immediately. All right, or maybe they'll reject it at the end of the day. All right, whatever it might be in this case. So I'm going to click the cancel button on here just because I don't want to send anything off and freak him out or anything of that sort. All right, now beyond that though, you can also search on the map. But then outside of this, we can also see production, or you can actually view based on the market center. All right, so if you don't want to go by production, which is kind of the typical way people will go about it, you can also go by the market centers on here too to see which market centers are in that local area. All right, so this is the main one that I know that's available right over here, for instance, the At the Parks office. So if I click on this, then it'll automatically pop up with all the agents that are currently available in At the Parks. Now, one thing to note as well on here, at the top right, we're going to have this broadcast referral section, and then we'll have the new referral. Now, new referral is going to be very similar to what we just did over here by clicking on the little paper airplane icon, except now we would just search for the agent. So in this case, then we can search for the agent on here. Let me see if anything pops up like that. Yeah, it's not going to be inside our referral network. That's okay. All right, or we can just click on Find an Agent, and that'll take us back over here. All right, now for the broadcast referral, though, this is a way, so as you can see, use this filter to zoom in on the map to narrow your search results to less than 50 agents to broadcast. All right, so if I did this instead, if I did by production, for instance. All right, so right now, by production on here. Let me zoom back in. Yeah, let me zoom in. Nope, I clicked the wrong button. Sorry about that. All right, so as you can see, we've got 300. Let's zoom in a little bit further. All right, we've got 70, so we're getting close on there. It used to be 200. Now it's a little bit under that. All right, so then once we get below 50, we can send out a broadcast referral. Now, what a broadcast referral will actually do is send out to 50 people or less inside the map area you're looking at. All right, so it's going to be very hyper-local as to people that have actually worked inside that particular area. So if it is someone that's looking to sell their home, this is a great way to see other agents around that area that have helped sell as well. All right, but once we actually click on Broadcast Referral on here, this is going to send out a referral to all of those agents we have linked up on here. All right, so in this case, then we can see all 28. So if I click on Broadcast Referral, all right, all 28 agents would actually receive this referral, and whoever actually goes through and clicks on it first, all right, then they'll actually receive the referral from us. All right, so in this case, we can see all the different information on here, same as before. All right, and then once again, same information down here too. All right, so nothing's really changed on here, except in this case, it'll automatically go over to all of these agents instead of just going to one individually. All right, so if you're looking at getting it out quickly and you don't have a specific person in your network you want to send it to or someone that you know of, all right, then you can just send this out in kind of mass quantities up to 50, all right, where people can actually go through and access that referral immediately. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up as to what a broadcast referral actually is. All right, so once again, you can search by production. Remember, this is production for the past 12 months that have come from KW. All right, so if you happen to find someone on here that's a new agent with KW, but it's not new to real estate, all right, unfortunately, their production would not display on here, all right, but it would be the production when they're with KW. All right, so of course, once again, you can search by market centers on here too. All right, so if I zoom back out, there'll be a couple market centers around the area that I can actually find. All right, so I know if I move up a little bit, it should pop up around here. There we go. Here's another one. All right, and then we can see all the different agents that are currently in that office in case we want to send something out to one of them directly. All right, and once again, we will have all different sort options available over here on the top right too. Now, beyond searching by production or market centers, then you can also search by your network. All right, so if you happen to have a vast network, then you can actually see people that are currently in there. All right, so on here, for instance, I only have, X amount of people inside my network on here. All right, so I can only search for so many people to actually send out to. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up. So in this case, the only person that would actually fit this bill would be Ray Lopez, because that's over inside this area. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up as to how simple it is to utilize this map to actually add people, and more importantly, to go through and send out referrals too. Now, in addition to that, you also happen to have the My Referral section on here as well. All right, so in this case, under the My Referral section, you can actually see if you happen to have any referrals awaiting responses. All right, so if you happen to have a referral that was sent out or, received or anything of that sort, and they may have sent back a response on this, this is where you can actually view that information on here. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up on that. All right, same in this case too. You can actually view any inbound referrals. If someone's actually sent you a referral, this is where you can go through to actually accept it, keep it up to date, actually utilize it even further. Or for outbound, this is where you can actually send out your referrals and keep track of that too, so you can see what referral was sent to what person and what's going on. All right, so this is a great way to keep track of both inbound and outbound referrals requests coming into you and what you're working on, and also any that might be awaiting responses for you too. All right, now in this case, you can also view any archived referrals, or you can even track referrals too. All right, so if I click on track referrals, then once again, it's going to pull up our same different referral information we saw previously that we can send off. All right. And if I click on View Archived Referrals, then any archived referrals that we have on here would automatically come up. All right, so here's one archive that we have, for instance, and this is where we can actually go through and see it was sent a year ago for a 25% referral fee, 100,000 to 150,000, 1 month time frame. All right, it was location over in York, Pennsylvania, and then we have all the different information on here too. Now, whenever that is, gone through, if it is archived, it didn't actually work, maybe something was lost in the transaction, or the person just decided to back out, they're not going to purchase, they're not going to sell. It happens all the time, it's okay. All right, but if they do come back in, you can always click the reopen option to reopen this immediately. So even though it's archived, you can make it active again. All right, and then of course, if you ever happen to have any rejected referrals on here too, this is where you can view them also. All right, so if you happen to send out any type of referral and it is rejected, or vice versa, you reject any of yours that have come over, all right, this is where you can access it right away. All right, and then of course you have the lost ones on here too. All right, so once again, there is the option under lost where you can actually go through and reopen it. All right, so if something does happen and this person has once again decided not to purchase, not to sell, but now all of a sudden they've come back and they are ready, you can reopen this to start this request right again. All right, so nothing is ever completely deleted on here. I just want to give you guys a heads up on that one. All right, so this will help out tremendously with everything. All right. So with that being said on here, and then of course the final item we have is funded on here, and this is where everything's actually completed. We are good to go. As you can see, 25%, same price range, same time frame. All right, everything is perfect on here. All right, so these are all the ones that'll have the referral types. We can see pre-approved. All right, everything of that sort. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up. You are able to actually, view all these active referrals on here. You can view the archived ones just to keep up to date with everything immediately. And then beyond the dashboard, the My Referrals and the map section, you can also view your network on here too. All right, this is going to display all the people inside your network, the exact same items that we saw over on our homepage or our dashboard. All right, in this case, we can track referrals once again if we want to add inside a new referral. We can grow our network, which is going to take us to the map location. All right, we can come on here, we can send any referrals that we want to. All right, we can view our network, all right, which we're currently seeing on here, and then we can actually see any pending inbound invites as well. All right, or we can see any pending outbound ones. So it looks like Ray already accepted that one on here. All right, so if I go to pending invitations, then I can actually see who wants to actually, add myself over as, a referral in this case, or add them over to, my backend, so I can actually send them referrals on here. I can see the date that it was sent, the time that it was sent as well, just to kind of keep up to date with everything. Now, we'll automatically display an alphabetical order on here too. All right, so I'll start with the first name, obviously, going from A to Z. All right, but then we can go through and we can accept or ignore right away to actually go through all of our pending invites. All right, now it's completely up to you as to who you might want to go through and add on here. All right, at the end of the day, I always tell people, definitely try to treat this the way that you would definitely want to treat, Facebook or anything of that sort. All right, so you usually want to add people that you know, that you're friends with, that you've met, that you're okay with doing business with, because at the end of the day, it's also going to be your name on that same line whenever you refer someone over. All right, so you don't want to just add everyone to add everyone, all right, because that'll kind of defeat the purpose of the referral section, but you definitely want to add people that you've met, that you know, that you want to work with. All right, so that'll help out tremendously. So if I did want to accept someone, I can click the accept button on here, and that'll accept them immediately. Or if I want to ignore, I could click ignore too. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up of how you can access that referral section on here. Now, one thing to note, you guys probably saw this too, when I was over on the map section, or even just looking at our referral notes section on here, not referral notes, sorry, referral network section. When clicking on this, I can actually see right over here, all right, this is our bio, this is the phone number, this is the email address, then we can create notes, see all the stats and everything of that sort. All right, but where exactly is this pulling from? Now, most people will typically go inside command and they'll think that it's actually pulling from the settings on here. All right, and that's very close, but it's actually going to come from your Connect settings. So if you want to update any of your information on the referral platform, you can actually go to kwconnect.com. All right, or in this case, I'm going to go to mykw.kw.com, hover over home in the black bar, and I can go to KW Connect on here. All right, so I'll go to mykw.kw.com, and then I can go to KW Connect on here. Now, this will give me access to where I can actually view the KW Connect backend, and I can access the referral section too from that platform. So once again, like I was saying at the beginning of the class, when we started originally doing this course about 2 years ago, when it first launched at Family Reunion in 2018, it was available in Connect. Command was not live then. All right, Command didn't even launch live for everyone until February of this year. All right, so in this case, once we actually click on KDB Connect, all right, that'll take us right to the back end of KDB Connect where we can access our platform. All right, and this is where you can actually go through and update most of your information. All right, so if you notice, we're going to have this referral section on here that we can access. And we'll just want to make sure that we're logged in at the top right. So if you're not logged in, it might just have a little kind of blanket person icon on there. And if you click on log in, that should override it. All right, so that'll sign you in right away with your account. There we go. All right, but then if we actually click on referrals, we can view just about the exact same information that we saw over inside Command. All right, so now it's going to take us to our referral section. So if you notice on here, very, very similar. All right, so now we're going to have our referral network. We're going to have awaiting responses, inbound, outbound. We can enter a referral to track. We can send a referral. We can grow our network. All right, or we can click on go to referrals on here too. All right, when we click on that, it's going to take us right back over here. So if you notice, everything's pretty much identical. All right, so this is going to help out tremendously if you do want to utilize this inside Command too. All right, so let me hop back over to KDB Connect homepage though. All right, so if we're under our homepage though, in order to access referrals, you can click on this, but if you want to update any of your information that'll display, all right, we can always click on our picture up here at the top right. Well, not click on it, but hover over it. And then we're going to go to Profile, that first option down. All right, and this is where we can update our information that'll actually display for other agents to view. All right, so I'm going to click on that Profile option. All right, here's what our profile will currently look like. And then this will actually give you the option to opt into the referral network or opt out. All right, so in this case, I've been opted into the referral network so people can actually send me referrals, or I can click opt out if I want to get out of the referral network and I don't want to send anything off. Now, 9 times out of 10, maybe even 9.9 times out of 10, you're going to remain opted in. All right, that's kind of the default on here, so I'd highly suggest that. All right, now if you click on the Edit My Profile option, though, on your KDB Connect homepage, there we go. All right, then this is where we can actually go through and update our information that will display on those referrals. All right, so if anyone ever finds us, this is what it's going to look like. All right, so obviously you can go through, you can update your headshot, you can even add inside a banner image. This is just for the profile, though, but it'll give you the exact width and dimension. All right, but then this is where we can actually add inside our email, our phone number, our mobile phone, all right, to help out even further on here. All right, so these are the 2 big items, or 3 big items out of technicality. And then, of course, our bio on here, too. All right. Now, beyond that, this is just other information that will automatically display over on your KDB Connect profile, not over on the referral section. All right, but then you could add inside your Facebook, your Twitter, your YouTube, LinkedIn, Google+. That technically is gone now, so you can skip that one. All right, you can see custom tags. And then one of the big things I'd highly suggest on here is for email frequency. All right, make sure you put on here, send me a notification for each update. Now, the reason I suggest saying send me a notification for each update is at the end of the day, if someone sends off a referral, even if it's a broadcast referral, you want to receive that notification as quickly as possible, so that way you can get in touch with them and accept it. All right, if it's a broadcast one, you want to be one of the first people there, if not the first, so that way you can get it accepted and approved. All right, and of course, if someone sends it off to you, if it has a 24-hour window, all right, you want to get in there as quickly as possible so you can accept that as well and not miss it. All right, I've had that happen before where some agents have contacted in and said, oh, I was out over the weekend, I got a referral, it had a 24-hour window, and now I can't accept it. Well, unfortunately, it was past that 24-hour window, so it automatically stopped. All right, it was disapproved, basically. All right, and then, of course, just for the profile on here, you can actually specify what you want to display as well. All right, it's completely up to you, but you can update this at any time, and that'll update over on your referral section too. All right, so once again, you have 2 different locations to access your referrals. You can access it directly from KDB Connect under the referral section, all right, or the new way to access it is under KDB Command, all right, via their referral platform on here. Now, completely up to you as to which one you might want to utilize in this case. I would highly suggest, obviously, going to the KDB Command route, just because at the end of the day, that's where everything is kind of porting over to. All right, but you can utilize either one because they'll be almost identical in this case. All right, and once again, all the information that'll update over inside the referral backend when searching for anyone via the map section. All right, that is going to come directly from KW Connect on here on your profile. All right, so this is where all that info is going to come from, but this is where you can actually go through and view your network. You can go through, you can sort by production, right? Or you could even sort by market center to actually search for people on here too. All right, so I just want to give you a heads up. That'll help out tremendously. Now, one other thing that I forgot to specify on here, and I apologize, so let me go and zoom in real quick so we can see a couple more people on here. Awesome. One other thing I forgot to specify is you can actually come up here to these little, it kind of looks like a filter option basically, where you're sorting out who you want to. Alright, so this is going to sort everything, but this will filter it out a little bit further. So now you can actually filter out agents on here too. So if there are particular agents that you want to send this referral out to, you're definitely more than welcome to actually specify that. Alright, so there are personal KW specializations on here that you can select if you want to. So maybe I want to send this out to someone that is a luxury member if it's a luxury listing, or a commercial member if they're a commercial listing. Alright, maybe in MAPS coaching too. Maybe KWYP. Alright, we can specify, alright, we only want closed units for the past 12 months that are higher than 10. Alright, and I only want over 5 listings sold and over 5 on the buy side. Alright, and then I can even specify on here for certain events, alright, were they actually present at one of these previous events. Alright, so if I click that apply filter, that'll actually filter people out on here. Alright, so in this case, that actually picked it up very well. Alright, so now I can actually see of the people that actually fit what I'm looking for. Alright, I want at least 10 units. Alright, 5 on the listing sold, 5 on the buy side. Alright, that's going to come up. Here's the person over here. Alright, so then I can automatically see that right over here. So at least 10 units, 5 on the buy side, 5 on the sale side. Alright, so that'll help out tremendously on here. Alright, so once again, you are more than welcome to actually filter this out. And that'll help out tremendously so you can actually find people on here. Alright, so I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to clear this out. Alright, that should bring a lot of people back up now. Hopefully. There we go. Awesome. Alright, just took a little bit of time. Perfect. So that way we can actually go through and view all this immediately. Alright, so once again, this is how simple it is to actually send out referrals. So much like I was saying in the beginning, don't think locally or statewide or anything of that sort. You can start thinking nationally. Alright, a great way is to reach out to your family and friends, even if they've moved. Alright, obviously we all know people that, get relocated for jobs or might just move in general, whatever it might be. Alright, you can still keep them in your sphere of influence. Alright, they, once again, might know someone in your area that's looking to buy or sell. Or regardless, you want to make sure that if they're looking to buy or sell, you're able to get them in touch with someone that can help out immediately. Alright, at the end of the day, this is going to make your life a lot easier, and I always tell people 25% is always greater than 0%. So getting that information out is going to help you out tremendously. Alright, so that's going to be it for our referral class for today on October 30th.